Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Monday, July 7th, 2025. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino, CDM number 9. Well, it's going to be a very interesting day because we're going to have some thunderstorms popping up around the region, courtesy of what's left of Tropical Storm Chantal that made landfall this weekend in the Carolinas. It is now lifting through Virginia and heading towards our neck of the woods for this afternoon and evening, just in time for the evening rush hour, so it should make things pretty interesting. Now, not everyone is going to see the rainfall, but where these showers and thunderstorms pop up, mostly along the I-95 corridor and towards the coast, they're going to be capable of some very heavy rainfall, and I would not be surprised if we get some localized urban and flash flooding. So definitely be careful out there and don't drive through submerged roadways because the water may be deeper than you think. Now, today would be a great day to create a flashy image and try to attract you onto YouTube, but that's really not my vibe. I'm not here to scare you. But if you would like to help and expand this channel, definitely like, share, and subscribe. Let your friends and family know where you get your excellent weather information from. And if you're interested in more detailed information and also the ability to ask me questions, whether you have a party to plan for or whatnot, definitely check out the premium consulting membership, only $15 a month. Now, let's take a look at the observations. On Long Island, we already are seeing some very heavy rainfall. When you see 4 dots here, that means some very heavy rainfall. So let me just pull that up here. See that plus RA? That means very heavy rainfall. Visibility has fallen to around 2.5 miles. You have poor flying conditions. That's why we have those reds there. It's going to be one of those days where these thunderstorms are going to pop up, drop a significant amount of rainfall, and then slowly exit, which can lead to significant rainfall in spots over 2 inches. Meanwhile, the town next over barely sees a tenth of an inch. So it's definitely going to be one of those volatile days. And I did the best I could to warn everyone that, hey, look, you may not see significant rainfall, but right down the street, they may, and they could see some pretty significant flash flooding. Temperatures are, well, tropical in nature. We have temperatures already in the mid to upper 70s over the interior, upper 70s to lower 80s along the coast, where we're seeing the heavy rainfall. Temperatures are falling back into the mid 70s, but notice our dew points throughout the region are in the mid 70s. So we have a lot of tropical moisture in the atmosphere, and that's what makes it so dangerous. Is that with any type of lifting, with any type of little trigger, that can lead to some very heavy rainfall over a location. So think Florida. Basically, it's like Florida. Okay, if you've been down to Florida, then you understand what I mean. Not everyone will see the rainfall, but most likely because you paid all that money for the Disney park, it will rain wherever you decide to go. So Epcot gets heavy rain, but you didn't go to Epcot at another day, so they won't get rain. So you see what I mean. When we take a look at the radar, again, scattered nature of the precipitation right now. We just got an update, in fact. Here's what's left of Chantal. It's barely a circulation. It's a remnant low pressure system, if that. This is going to continue to lift to the northeast right along the I-95 corridor. And with it, you'll get these little thunderstorms that are going to spark off here and there. And that's going to continue to be a theme as we move on through the evening hours. Again, not everyone will see it, but if you do, you'll know it because it's going to be some pretty impressive rainfall. When you take a look at the latest visible satellite picture, we have some lightning overlay on top of that. That's what these are. And you can see not a lot of lightning with this system now because the lifting is getting weaker. But plenty of moisture, and any type of lifting that does occur is going to spark plenty of heavy rainfall. In the meantime, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds, and again, kind of muggy out there with variable cloud cover and some breaks of sun here and there. On the infrared satellite picture, you can see, again, notice not a lot of cold cloud tops here. Remember what I said, the colder the cloud top, the stronger the lifting. Not a lot of lifting because we're not seeing a lot of cold cloud tops. So this is pretty much what's left of Chantal, and that's going to continue to lift northeast. And then that is occurring ahead of our next cold front. And this is going to be a bit of a pain. The cold front's going to move through tomorrow, and then it's not going to want to leave. It's like a really annoying family member that never leaves for the summer, just kind of hangs out in the secondary room where you thought they were going to leave the next day, but they never leave. The same thing with this cold front. It just doesn't leave. It just lingers. So unfortunately, it's going to continue to linger to produce showers and thunderstorms and some nasty conditions. So let's dive into this forecast for today. widely scattered to isolated showers and thunderstorms. The focus is going to be on the I-95 corridor and along the coast. And again, those thunderstorms are going to be capable of some very heavy downpours. Look for high temperatures in the lower to mid 80s on Long Island, mid to upper 80s everywhere else. A few lower 90s are going to be possible on the I-95 corridor if we break in a little bit more sun. So you're talking about maybe touching 90 if we get a little bit more sun. But it's going to feel like the mid 90s anyway because of all the humidity in the atmosphere. In fact, some locations we get a little bit of sun could actually feel more like the upper 90s. So we'll watch that, and definitely just a muggy tropical atmosphere. For tonight into tomorrow morning, the cold front will slowly approach. Look for variable cloud cover, a few showers capable of some heavier downpours. Look for low temperatures ranging from the upper 60s to lower 70s over the northern interior, lower to mid 70s everywhere else. For tomorrow, the cold front will press through the region with showers and thunderstorms, and some of these thunderstorms may be severe with very heavy downpours, frequent lightning, hail, and wind gusts over 50 miles per hour. So we'll have to watch that tomorrow afternoon. High temperatures will range from the mid to upper 80s over the northern interior, lower to mid 90s on the I-95 corridor, upper 80s to lower 90s along the coast, and mid to upper 80s on Long Island. It will continue to be humid, so the heat index is definitely going to be pushing close to 100 degrees. For Wednesday, the front stalls, and this theme continues for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and you can even push into Saturday and Sunday and Monday as well. The frontal boundary just does not move. And so what happens here is that we get these variable clouds, and in the afternoon and evening, isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not a washout, but certainly these thunderstorms are going to be capable of packing a bit of a punch with heavy downpours. Low temperatures through the period will range from the mid to upper 60s over the northern interior, upper 60s to lower 70s in your suburbs, and lower to mid 70s in your urban areas. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 80s over the northern interior, upper 80s to lower 90s on the I-95 corridor, mid to upper 80s along the immediate coast, and upper 70s to lower 80s on Long Island, with a persistent west-southwesterly wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And these thunderstorms, that they do develop, they're going to be moving very slowly. So if you get a thunderstorm pop up over you at 2 o'clock, it might still be lingering there until 4 o'clock. That's basically the way this weather pattern is going to work out as we move on through the upcoming week. So not a lot of huge change. We'll see whether or not we get a cold front to finally clear this out by next week. But in the meantime, if you like tropical air masses and you like pesky thunderstorms and temperatures basically around the 80s, then this is your weather pattern. If not, well, we're getting each day closer to fall, right? So there we go. In the meantime, stay safe out there.